Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you may be. This is Jim Sports Cards. I'm Jim, so let's talk about sports cards. Now, that opening was very preppy and high and very enthusiastic, but that is the complete opposite to how I'm feeling today. As you can tell by the title, I'm annoyed. I'm disappointed. I am feeling very let down by PSA. And a lot of you will say, well, what do you expect? It's the way PSA have acted. So a quick recap of what has happened today. Today was the big day that PSA started to reintroduce service levels. On the 3rd of March 2021, PSA shut all service levels below $300, also known as the Super Express service level. At first, their messaging was they aim to reintroduce all service levels by the 1st. That quickly changed to begin to reintroduce some service levels starting on the 1st. Knowing that and knowing how cautious they were being with their wording, I wasn't expecting too much. We were getting ready just in case, because we've been wrong before, we'll be wrong again. But I was very wrong with this. If you go back to one of my previous videos, you can find me saying I would be very surprised to see PSA raise prices again. And that's exactly what they've done. They have reintroduced the Express submission, what we used to refer to here as Express Plus. Now it will be referred to in line with the PSA naming rather than trying to do our own, for clarity reasons. And they've reintroduced it at a $50 increase, going from $150 to $200. And that's the raw PSA cost. Obviously, we are completely transparent. Our prices are not the direct PSA costs. Everyone knows that. So, looking at it on a larger scale, from January to the end of February, backlog was very bad. However, we saw no change to that service level. It was the price it was. Then, at the end of February, going into March, they doubled everything. Everything just doubled in price. Then they realized after a month, oh no, that didn't work. They decided to shut it down. And they've been shut for the last 3 months, April, May, June. And now they're starting to reopen. And then they said, you know what? That price doubling wasn't enough last time. It's not that it didn't work. It's that it wasn't enough. So let's increase it by more. They are squeezing the lifeblood out of this hobby. And Nat Turner, the main investor that is now controlling PSA, said in an interview last week, we will always be about the collector rather than the investor. No, you're not. No, you are not. It pains me to have to say to people, oh, the cheapest way you can get your card graded is £180. It pains me to say that unless you've got a card worth a lot that you want to sell, don't even bother thinking about grading your PC with PSA at the moment. Right now, they say, and they can line their letters out from the president to hobbyists and collectors everywhere. They can line it and say it has beautifully and rosy as they can of, we're trying to reduce our backlog so this doesn't happen again. All of our effort is reducing the backlog. And I appreciate that. But in a letter that they released today to collectors, the president said that the reason they increased the prices was because they could that way they could still introduce the service level but have 90% of their workforce still working on the backlog. I can guarantee you interview 1,000 collectors that grade with PSA, and they said, would you rather grade it Express for this price or wait a month, maybe 6 weeks, maybe 2 months extra and grade it at the price it was pre-shutdown? It would overwhelmingly be in favor of waiting. And they know, this is a thing that really annoys me, they know that the price increase did not work. They tried it, they failed, they shut it down. And now they're trying to spin the same thing onto us again by saying, oh, we had no choice. We had to increase it by $50. Otherwise, we would experience worse backlog. No, that's complete and utter. This is a family-friendly channel, so you can insert your own word there that you want to put in. it really is angering and disappointing, the complete disregard they have for the collector. Yes, they are focusing on backlog. Yes, I understand that. That's what people want. People have been waiting for cards since we've got cards waiting from February. We have no idea when they will be coming back. People have been waiting for cards from other people since last August, or over a year now. And that is the most important thing, and we appreciate that and we know that. But to try and sell it to us and have the spiel saying, oh, we had to increase it by $50 so that we're not overworked. Just don't introduce it. Just say, hands up, we were wrong. We could reintroduce it at a higher price to try and stem our intake, or we could wait a month or two. And I can guarantee you the vast majority will be like, okay, thank you for being transparent. We appreciate that. Look at the reception that SGC got when they reduced their prices. They doubled it. People weren't happy. And they reduced it because they said, no, this is not the way to go. This is not how the way we want to operate. And the clear disregard that PSA is having for your average collector, it's really disheartening at the moment. Because I say average collector, your average collector can't afford to grade. Maybe before they could use the express service, then it doubled, then they added another third onto it. So it's gone up by a compound of 133%. Obviously not total, but you get the maths. Like, that's just, it's not possible. And I hate putting up an Instagram story and saying, new submission level, £180 per card. I hate it. And it's so tough for me as a collector, because I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and be like, oh, you should all go get your cards graded with Express because it's now £100 cheaper than the previous. I mean, yes, that is true. It is. But we have no idea on lead times, because PSA's completed through dates just says completed. So does that mean if I get an Express tomorrow, you're just going to grade it in a day and give it back? You're not giving us any information. We have no idea if we send in an Express order tomorrow how long we should expect. We're guessing somewhere between Super Express and between regular. So that range is like anywhere from 2 weeks to 4 months. Your guess is as good as mine. And who knows if this isn't even a good move and they're not just going to get more backlogged. But the fact that they've increased prices when they know it didn't work last time, it quite frankly is a slap in the face to collectors. And I think collectively people are now getting tired of PSA and also BGS, because BGS, since my last PSA rant, have also shut down their submission levels and they suspended. And people are just getting tired of it. People don't want to pay the extortionate prices. And it's something that has to be taken into consideration. Would you guys want us to offer someone like SGC? Is that something you would want us to do? I don't know the feasibility. I would have to look into it. But at the end of the day, I'm never going to sit here and preach and say, oh, this is PSA is the be all and end all. It's not. Okay, it is absolutely not. If you want your PC cards graded, stay as far away from PSA as you possibly can. Yes, like you saw in the last video, there are cases like the LaMelo Ball Kaboom that, yes, you grade that with PSA. That is a upper echelon card that attracts the highest value when it has a PSA 10. But that's 1% of cards. That is 0.1% of collectors that either have the money to buy cards like that raw, or are lucky enough to hit an insane amount of luck to hit a card like that in a break. That's not everyone. That's not the hundreds and thousands of people that I see on Facebook groups every single day selling cards, buying cards, being involved in the hobby. It's not about that anymore. And again, I reiterate, PSA are trying to reduce their backlog. I appreciate that. But raising prices is not the way to do it. To come back after people have waited for 3 months waiting to grade with PSA, and you've had the audacity to say, oh, that doubling of the price last time, oh yeah, we're going to add another 33% on top of that. I hope it's okay. I'm lost for words now. I mean, I've said everything I've wanted to say. So we are I guess from a Gym Sports Cards UK perspective, we are open for Express. We will be taking in orders for Express for the next week. The intake submission deadline for that will be the 7th. Cards have to be with us by the 7th. Everything you can find is on the website, also here. And you can find all the information you need there, and everything is updated for that. So we will still offer it because we do want to cater to every type of collector. We want to make grading in the UK as accessible as possible and give people as much knowledge about grading as they can. So there are cards and there are people that have the money and want to get their cards graded quicker and have the resources available, and we want to cater to those people. And I'm so happy every time we get an Express or a Super Express order in and I get cards back like the LaMelo Ball Kaboom, or the 2 Ronaldo autographs we've had, or the Messi autograph. If you haven't seen it on our Instagram, you might have missed that. Make sure you go check that out on our Instagram right here. I've had some amazing cards, and I've given people the chance to turn a random break where they've got a lucky team into thousands and thousands of pounds. And I love that. But I also love the collecting and the personal collection and the pure hobby side of picking up a card because it looks cool, it's your favourite player, and you want to have it in a slab to protect it for years to come. That's the majority of collectors, and at the moment, the way PSA are acting, those collectors are being put to one side and forgotten about, because if they've increased the price of Express by 33%, what are they going to do to regular, economy, value? They already doubled those, so are we expecting another 33% increase on those when they come back as well? Where does it stop? It is very disheartening, and I can't lie to you, it is making me look at other options. Like I said earlier, if you guys want us to offer SGC grading, drop it in the comments. If you see a comment with it, give it a like, and that lets us know, because we want to do what is best for collectors in the UK and in Europe. And at the moment, I don't think doing that solely with PSA is currently fulfilling that. It's tough. Thank you for everyone who's been patient with us and who is waiting for cards to be sending off to be graded. People sending in their support, sending in their messages. It is all very much appreciated, and we will get back to everyone as quickly as we can. And yeah, hopefully the next time I make a video, it will be... Actually, the next video you'll see is we are doing a how to grade at Gym Sports Cards UK. So that will be going up likely early next week. So that'll just be a quick video on me showing you in depth how to do everything. All of the processes are outlined on the website anyway, but that's just a bit of a helping hand if you're unsure if it's your first time, etc. After that, hopefully it's a positive video. Hopefully it's, PSA have brought back value submissions at $22. Yes, you might have to wait 6 months, but that's fine because you're paying £22 or whatever the price is that PSA ends up being. But the way they're acting, I doubt I'll come back with that tone. We can only hope. Anyway, this has been Jim Sports Cards. I've been Jim. See ya.